Why do some people sweat buckets at the gym while others don't?
Why has everyone been told to drink 8 glasses of water a day when that recommendation might not mean what you think it does?
And why have a few health rules caught on that often have way more interesting explanations than we realise?
Welcome to So That's Why, the podcast where we finally answer the health questions that may or may not have been stirring quietly in the back of your mind.
I'm Jen. I've got a PhD in biochemistry and molecular biology, and I genuinely love this stuff. The science behind why our bodies do what they do.
I'm Chris. I'm a formulation scientist with over 30 years experience of working in this field, and this interests me as much today as when I first donned my first lab coat rather a long time ago.
And I'm Matt. I fell down the e-commerce and nutrition rabbit hole and never really climbed back out, so I'm probably asking the same questions that you are.
Look, there's health advice everywhere that you look, often conflicting and often confusing. We will try and dig into the detail behind the topics.
Almost nobody tells you why. It's just do this, avoid that. You need exactly this amount of that thing.
And we got frustrated with that because when you understand the why behind health advice, whether it's about your body, your nutrition, your fitness, or just the way we live our lives, you can actually make decisions that work for your life, not just follow the rules that may or may not apply to you.
Jen, Matt and I, together with the rest of the team, run Vegetology. We're a nutritional supplement company, and our pledge has always been that we stick to the science. We formulate products based on actual science, not marketing hype or bandwagons.
But this podcast isn't about selling you supplements. Honestly, we just really love talking about this stuff, how the human body works, what actually matters for your health, your nutrition, your fitness, and the lives we lead. Those questions that live in the back of our minds versus what's just noise.
Think of us as your science-curious friends who happen to have backgrounds to dig into research and translate it into something actually useful. We're the people who read the full study, not just the headline.
You basically mean we're geeks.
Well, you might be, yes.
Well, yeah. It's true, though. I mean, we live and breathe this stuff and talk about it all day, every day. So we thought, why not do it while the cameras are rolling?
So what can you expect from this podcast? Every episode is about 20 minutes, perfect for your commute, a workout, or even cooking dinner.
We'll take one question, usually something that starts with, why do we? And we actually answer it with research, with context, with understanding that makes you go, oh, so that's why.
It's like the 8 glasses of water thing that Jen mentioned earlier. So for that case, there's an interesting background to where that specific number came from and how research doesn't necessarily agree with it as a rule.
Wait, are we teasing future episodes already?
Absolutely, because our first proper episode is about that 8 glasses of water recommendation, where it came from, why it became gospel, and what your body actually needs.
And spoiler alert, it's not as simple as just counting glasses. Your diet has a lot of water content from food which needs to be considered. And there are loads of individual variables too.
So this is what happens, right? Chris gets excited about hydration science and suddenly we are off.
But hydration is interesting. Your body is 60% water. Your kidneys are filtering about 180 litres of fluid a day.
And this is exactly what the episode is like. We promise we make it more entertaining than a textbook, but we don't dumb down the real science. You're smart. You can handle the real science.
We also cover practical stuff like what actually matters for staying hydrated, or whether those fitness trackers you're wearing are even measuring the right things when it comes to your health goals.
The format is simple. We start with a question that probably sounds familiar, then we dig into the actual mechanisms, how your body works, what the research shows, why conventional wisdom might be missing part of the picture.
We'll talk about what it actually means for you, because understanding the science is interesting in one thing, but knowing what to do with that information is where it gets useful.
We're not here to tell you what to do. We're here to help you understand why things work the way they do so you can make better decisions for yourself.
So who is this podcast for? If you've ever seen a health headline and thought, but why though? This is for you.
If you want to get smarter about health without sorting through academic journals or falling down those rather questionable internet rabbit holes, we've done the work for you.
We're aiming for that sweet spot between too technical to understand and so simplified it's not actually true anymore. It's harder than it sounds.
So no science qualifications needed to listen to the show, just a bit of curiosity and a willingness to listen to us for a while.
And if you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe. And of course, if you're listening on the podcast app, follow the show because new episodes will drop every week. There's going to be 20 minutes of science that actually makes sense. Well, hopefully anyway.
And if you have questions, health things you've always wondered about, things you want us to investigate, headlines that confused you, leave them in the comments or send them our way.
So the next episode, why do we believe we need to drink 8 glasses of water every day? And the answer involves some misunderstood science and a need to work out what your body actually needs for proper hydration.
And why I've been forcing myself to drink water I don't want for years based on advice that might not even apply to me.
And that's why you need to come back next week. I'm Jen.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Matt.
Welcome to So That's Why.